Alrighty, this video is going to be about how to prevent a C-section when you're going for a VBAC. And this information came from different articles that I've read online, and I will post those on the sidebars for you guys to see and to read yourselves. Just like to start out by saying that C-sections in the 1960s were like not even, they were like just not even thought of. In 1965 the rate of C-sections was 4.5%, but in 2007 we find that there's 31.8% of C-sections. So it's definitely risen excuse me, since then. So I've been looking into exactly how to prevent another C-section. To start out, I'll tell you that with my C-section, I was induced at 39 weeks. I was exactly 39 weeks. I had some blood pressure issues, but the blood pressure was not like skyrocketing high. At least not to me. But I was put in the hospital and started on Pitocin. I was about 2 centimeters and like 70% effaced, I think, at that point, and before I got induced. And I was on Pitocin from 11 o'clock that morning on March 30th until midnight, March 31st. So a grueling, 13 hours of Pitocin. The first couple hours it didn't really hurt that bad, but then once they came and they artificially broke my water, my water did not break on its own, a leading factor in C-sections. The contractions got really, really intense. I also, from the time that I was there, I didn't get up and move around. Like, I didn't go and like walk and whatnot. So I guess there's just so many family members around, and I was too busy with them to even think about doing these kind of things. So next time I don't want anybody in the room. And I also had to have an internal monitor hooked up to me, not to Ella's head, but to me, to monitor my contractions, because they couldn't really see them on the monitor. So and I noticed like all during my labor, like they just kept cutting the Pitocin up. So I thought my body was responding really well, but it really wasn't. I stopped dilating at 5 centimeters, and then that was it. So around, I guess it was 12:30, they asked me if I wanted a C-section. At that point I didn't, or it was 11:30. I didn't want a C-section then. But then at 12:30 I was saying, just give me the C-section. I was just in a lot of pain. The epidural wasn't helping. I got my epidural around, I guess that was like 4 to 5 centimeters when I got my epidural. We'll never get one of those again if I can help it, because I just didn't like the feeling of it, and it didn't like totally cure the pain. So my body reacted in a weird way as well. But I was looking online at just different ways on how to prevent C-sections, and I just made a list out of some things that I found. And one of the things I've read was you should labor at home for as long as possible, not go in the hospital like right when you feel a contraction. Now they require you to labor at home until they're 5 minutes apart or something like that. But anyways, and then also an interesting point, use meds and interventions wisely, such as epidural, breaking of the water, and Pitocin. You should just use non-drug measures for as long as you possibly can, which when I was in labor I couldn't really concentrate. There was like 3 different people trying to tell me all these different things while I was like in hard labor. So it just needed to be one person. Like, I really just wanted to listen to the nurse, and my husband's trying to tell me these things too. So anyways, but another biggie is avoid induction of labor, and I was induced. So anyways, and also educate yourself about labor and birth, which I did. I mean, I'm a nurse, and my junior year, I had a mother baby class, and I learned all about, the birthing process and just information about heart rates and that kind of thing, and the little our heart D cells, A cells of the baby's heart rhythm and that kind of thing. I watched 6 vaginal births and 1 C-section. It was either 5 vaginals and 1 C-section. I can't remember. But anyways, I thought I had enough education, but I just didn't educate myself enough about, C-sections and that kind of thing. I mean, I should have learned more about C-sections, I guess. When you're choosing your doctor, you should ask them about their C-section rate. I didn't ask my doctor what her C-section rate was. Still don't know, because I haven't been back to her since last year. And that was back in May, so 10 months ago. For my next baby, I definitely want to have a different doctor. Sorry. The back was itching. And also, you should have a good support person for your labor. I've read many times to get a doula to help support you during labor, if you can afford one. I don't know how much they cost. I haven't ever looked into it. Anyways, I think that's it for this video. I'll put some side links to where I got this information from, of course. I just don't want to be stealing information from articles. So I'll put that in the sidebar so you guys can go and read some things on it too. I have a really interesting article that I want to kind of go into and read to you guys. And then I'll post that in the sidebar in the next video. So until next time.